All right, this very last question here. Really, this is the exact same directions as the first one. So I'm going to kind of refer you back to that with this exception, um, with this difference. Same thing, but this is a chance to, what am I trying to say here? Um, yeah, so any of the religions that are in the Young textbook, which there are many, you can get into any of those you want to in this question. So if they're like in the textbook, if there's a one or two religions, like I was kind of interested in that, and we didn't cover that in this class. We're just looking at the main core religions of the world. That's all. Um, you can basically just substitute that for one of the two religions that you're comparing in the first question. And that's really what this last question is having you do, or is offering you. So that's just kind of like as a gesture in a way to people that kind of are interested in something that we didn't cover. This is one way to kind of give you an opportunity to incorporate that into one of the assignments. Um, so other than that, really I plan to just kind of look at it in exactly the same way. What you want to be able to do is make sure that you can kind of locate two worldview items in in a way that's kind of suitable for doing this question, right? To make sure that you can find the right kind of fit again, to make sure that you could basically do the directions that I gave for the first one by substituting the religion of your choosing. That's one of the ones we didn't go over, right? Um, so like Sikhism, for example, is an interesting, good. Confucianism, also interesting, good, great. So there's lots of great religions we didn't go over. I'll say this: the only guideline really is that so long as it constitutes a kind of full chapter of its own, uh, you can select any of the religions that kind of have a chapter of its own. What about the new emerging religions? I think that he's got a chapter on that at the end. There's actually kind of lots of interesting things there, in part because they're new and happening now, and these are emerging. Okay, Wicca was amongst those. Um, well, for those, I think going back to what I said, um, if you wanted to kind of take one of the religions that was covered in that kind of like I think it's called new religions or new emerging religions, um, that's fine. But just keep this constraint in mind. Do you think you can really kind of make clear worldview elements to do the question with? That's kind of like the bottom line is, can you do this question with respect to the religion that you're wanting to look at? That's kind of the constraint that you'd be operating with. So just kind of ask yourself that. You should be able to, either if that religion has its own kind of already defined worldview in the text, in that chapter, then that's easy. You just kind of go to like, whatever the worldview element is, da da da. If it doesn't, that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know. The one thing I might say is you might be able to easily enough construct your own worldview element if the text itself doesn't directly specify one. My only hesitation there is that I would want you to be working with like factually reliable fundamental definitions and understandings that you're using for the rest of your analysis, right? You want that based on good fundamental presuppositions, definitions, and stuff, and ones that you're not making up literally. You know what I mean? So in other cases, it's kind of just clear. Oh, well, look. You can kind of see there's a couple obvious worldview elements that we can associate with this religion, even if Young didn't specifically lay them out in that format, right, in the text. So maybe you can have that kind of latitude to, I guess, introduce a worldview element for some religion that you'd like to talk about, if it doesn't have specified worldview elements in the text already. But maybe kind of do that with caution, just in the sense that you want to, make sure that you're kind of on factual ground. Alrighty, I think that'll do it.